Yeah, all right. Oh, yes. Comedians always love being brought on stage as kind. Funny sometimes. No, kind. We love that. Thank you very much for bringing me along to this shoot. Gordy, this slightly, if you're watching on TV, you probably don't get a sense of how odd the room is. It's sort of like this green screen in this like small studio, and you've got people like clustered around. It gives off very strong OnlyFans vibes. That's what I'm picking up from this. Yes, Gordy talking about the British Empire, and then invites the most British Empire sounding man in the world along. Which British Empire, I guess, is better because my voice is British Empire. That's pretty better than my aesthetic, which is the wrong side of World War II. I didn't choose it, I just look like this. No, my hair's falling out. I'm too bold to be a Nazi, it's fine. My hair is falling out. It got me in trouble on the train the other day. Because the windows on the train, you've seen them, they sort of like bend and refract. They give you a reflection, but it's kind of like bend and refract, like a funhouse mirror. So I'm bored, and I just start moving my head up and down, trying to make my bald spot disappear. Anyway, I snap out of it, and the woman opposite me looks terrified. I've just spent the last 5 minutes staring at this woman and nodding. Yes, as you heard, my name is Luke Terry. That's not my full name. My full name is actually Luke William Angus Terry. Very middle, like, so offensively middle class. It could have been worse as well. My mum wanted to call me Thomas. Then it would have been Thomas William Angus Terry. Twat. Thank God my parents backed away from, honey, should we call our son Twat? Nah, he's got two middle names. I think it's implied. But I'm actually not as posh as my like name and my accent make me seem. I'm actually from quite like a rough part of Oxford. There are rough parts of Oxford, thank you. Admittedly not going to get me on the next like comic relief charity ad, is it? Every day, Luke has to walk 5 miles just to fetch his family a bucket of artisanal gin. There is a gin place closer, but the wallpaper there is so gauche. No, I did grow up quite posh. I don't have any money now. I'm a freelance writer. That is my main source of income, freelance writer. Living in London, not the easiest thing. My landlord's like, oh, that'd be £800 a month, please. I'm like, how about a sonnet? Yeah, but I did grow up posh, so every now and again I get to go home and like play act like I'm still posh, you know, do all the middle class things, like put on wellies, walk a Labrador, impregnate the au pair. Just middle class stuff. I miss middle class food, like posh food, because the food that I buy now is just the food that says what it is, like Aldi basic cheese. But if you buy middle class food, you get like a little story on the back about like the founding of the company. Like, oh, this brie recipe dates back to ancient times when our company was first founded by a talking bear who won the recipe in a game of riddles off a blind dwarf. I think they go too far with it sometimes as well, like with animal products especially. Like you pick up a packet of sausages, you start reading it. Halfway through, you're like, I don't want to eat this pig anymore. I'm invested in his character arc. This pig never grew close to his father. Well, I'm betting they're close now. They've been ground into a paste together. That is how sausages are made. I'm sorry to inform you. But yeah, I'm a freelance writer. I do various like freelance. I mean, I all sorts of weird freelance jobs, really. I used to write listicles for a living. You know, the sort of like numbered nonsense list things you see online. You see them on Facebook, you scroll past, you're like, who's waste their time writing this? Me. You know the sort of thing, right? Like, ooh, 25 hamsters that look like Sean Connery. A real article I have written. I am the end of Western civilization. You know, you don't still be writing top 10 lists as a job when you're middle-aged. Still doing top 10s, but then get increasing like bitter and resentful. Like 10 reasons I should be allowed to see the kids. 10 sex problems that are incredibly normal at my age. Janet. Yeah, I do all sorts of strange freelance things. I got asked to be a children's entertainer. So I'm on the freelance website, so you get sent jobs. They asked me to be a children's entertainer. And I didn't want to do the job, but I reply because I'm curious. I'm curious who they think I can play. They wanted a Disney character. I'm like, oh, well, it could be Gaston or some charming prince. No. They get back to me. They want me to play Dash, the little kid from The Incredibles. I don't not see it, but I don't know how many kids are still fans of the 2004 movie The Incredibles. But if they are, this isn't how they wanted Dash to end up. like balding, sweating, holding back tears as he like fumbles over a balloon animal. Here's your giraffe. Now, kids, let's play a game where we go through Mummy's handbag and find Dash some smokes. So I took the job. I didn't want to do it, but it paid, 80 quid a party. 80 quid, please. 80 quid. I'm a freelance writer, 80 quid. I make that in a month. I read the Prince Harry autobiography, and one of the things in that, one of the scandals that came out of that was apparently that Prince Harry did cocaine, which actually makes me like him more, just for the perseverance side of it. I don't know how many... Imagine every time you want to do cocaine, you had to throw a rolled-up picture of your grandma. I'm just saying that's a bad headspace for a trip.
How does it feel to be one of the fittest comedians around?
I'll take the compliment, but it certainly is. It comes with a strong amount of backhand. That compliment.
Yeah, I mean,
I think.
did you pump these especially for today?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Yes. I definitely wasn't doing press-ups behind the camera earlier.
He so did. He's like constantly. And I was just going to tell you, I mean, this is not part of the interview, I was just going to tell you, you really ought to stop that because, middle-aged women and stuff, I mean, it is dangerous. I could have a heart attack on set, and that's just not
we're
on.
a mental health
do you
awareness
mind
show. I
taking
thought
your
I should
press-ups somewhere else, just at least do it in the privacy.
We're a mental health awareness show. I thought I should bring a healthy dose of body dysmorphia with me.
What makes Luke Terry be and stay healthy?
Expectation, I don't know. I've always been athletic. I come from a sporty family. My mum played lacrosse for England. My cousin's a sort of semi-pro footballer. I was a nationally ranked cross-country runner. So we were always very sporty. That was always a big part of it. So I kind of grew up with that, being encouraged, sort of activity and exercise. And then got a job, and in that classic way you do when you get a job, you don't notice it, you just sort of slowly drift out of shape as you get up early and you stop working out and it's dark outside when you finish your job and you don't want to go and do any exercise, and then you go to dinner parties and you eat middle-class junk food, which is sort of like... If I bought this lasagna from Waitrose, it can't be unhealthy. It's organic, darling. Just because it's brimming with fat doesn't mean it's not. I think I just sort of started to drift out of shape, and then I got severely dumped, and that's what pushed me to get.
Oh, well done, girl! So to get him into action.
Don't say well done to the person who
I have to congratulate
ruined
the woman
my life,
who got you to do good things for you.
Yes,
wow.
I suppose that was a side benefit of having my heart absolutely ripped out of my chest. Thank you, God.
Well, a heart is a muscle. It doesn't get broken. It's not porcelain. It needs exercise. Do you feel better?
Great, more of me that needs exercise. Now you're giving me new things to focus on, Gordy.
So she got rid of you, and that's when you decided to take care of yourself.
It was like the catalyst. I've always been into fitness and stuff, so it's always been something I was aware of. It was just that was a catalyst to go quite severe with it. I started stripping, did a bit of stripping. Not tonight.
Okay, that's fine.
If you wear a cap, you have to wear a cap because the hair. But the first time I ever did one was really weird because first of all, I live in a tiny flat in London. I genuinely have no money. So there wasn't room for me to practice, the rip-off elastic trousers. So I had to wait until after midnight and then sneak down to the park with trousers underneath so I could practice. I thought I was going to get arrested. I did wear things long, leggings underneath. So.
A final question. You are also a twin?
Yes.
Yes. And how does it feel to share parents and family with the twin and the same birthday?
Well, he stole half my birthday. I was born 8 minutes earlier, and then this loser comes along and steals half my baby. This Johnny come lately. No, I have an unusual relationship because it's not the classic. Everyone's like, oh, the twin, super close all the time. He's severely sort of developmentally disabled, so we have kind of a different relationship than standard. But yeah, obviously he required a lot of attention. I found out through asking around, quite a few stand-up comedians are twins, disproportionate amount, almost as if we got half as much attention growing up.
That's that's something to look into.